Jerry Yetman is the Senior Manager responsible for the Stewardship and Education section of Newfoundland and Labrador's Wildlife Division. As a provincial representative on the Federal Provincial Territorial Working Group, he contributed to the development and writing of Canada's stewardship agenda. He has been interviewed for TV, radio, and newspaper on the Wildlife Division, and specifically on their various stewardship programs. The stewardship programs of the Wildlife Division are recognized nationally and internationally as being unique and successful. These programs have been built on partnerships, and he has developed a good working relationship with government officials, municipalities, conservation organizations, and the Aboriginal community. And like I said, for those who were Newfoundland, you'll recognize him because he offered to be the host of the 2006 National Stewardship and Conservation Conference in 2006 in Corner Brook. So please join me in welcoming Jerry.
I was certainly busy there trying to do a few notes to try and indicate some of the things that we've heard over the course of the week. Last night we did have another meeting to try and go over some of those things, but we certainly had to cut it short because we had to run out and enjoy the wonderful stampede that was going on. We have an analogy about a bus that's on a trip, a stewardship bus, and we need to make sure we know where it's going and how it's going to get there. I think it's very important that that bus is an all-wheel drive. We all recognize that there's some, and I think in the title of our discussion here at the moment, actions and impediments to progress. There's been impediments in the road, some bumps and ditches, craters. Our job is to find a way forward around that and make sure that we can get successfully to the end of the trip. Do all the paperwork that's required to get some funds to do the good work that we want to do. One of the other things that I would like to mention is that we all believe that stewardship should be self-sustaining, that it's in ourselves to know what the responsible thing is to do and that we're prepared to go out and do it. In a province like Alberta, quite different than Newfoundland, you have a lot of landowners, and if you're the owner of that land, you would think you have that, you would feel that they would have that responsibility and know they have a responsibility to the land. But we know that sometimes that stewardship ethic or that sense of responsibility needs to be nurtured, and that's where a lot of these stewardship programs are required. Whether it's a farmer that's nurturing that ethic in their son, making sure that when they, or daughter, family, when they take over the farm, that they're also responsible for ensuring the sustainability and the protection of the other ecological values that are associated with it. We in other parts of the province work with other members of the community to open their eyes to what they can do. So the type of stewardship programs that we're involved in are very important to make sure that they're nurtured, but also reinforce that message, and which makes a lot of these long-term programs. And unfortunately, in the scheme of things, when applying for funding, they're not recognized as the need for them being long-term is not usually recognized. Quite often short-term projects that are really what people are looking for. One of the things that I did hear on the first day of the conference, which I found very interesting, was actually coming from Premier Stelmach. When he talked about the need, or what's been happening here in Alberta with regards to the economy, they were on a roller coaster. The economy was booming, there was development everywhere, but it was very, very scary if you looked at the horizon. There was a lot of people that could see that, yeah, there was a great economy out there, but the environment may have been, it was hard for the environment to be addressed. It was being left behind. And one of the good things that's come out of this recession is it's caused people to sit back and take a look at that. And I think it's a time when we, those that are involved in stewardship, should take advantage of it and make sure that as the economy starts to build again, that we are recognized as a very necessary part of the building of that economy. That we are part of the conscience of the community and of the government, and to be able to ensure that we do have a healthy environment out there. One of the things that also come up is communications. And I think with having been involved with the conferences since the first one in Guelph in 2000, we have a great conference. We learn a lot. We have great ideas, a lot of plans to move forward. But then between conferences, we all go back to our various offices and work, and we have some contact with each other, but I think the main thrust doesn't seem to continue. I think it's very important that when we go away from this conference that we do find a way to be able to continue between the conference, the ideas that we have here, the actions that need to be addressed and worked upon. I think it's important that we have at least some sort of a secretariat or a person, and I think all of the provinces need to work together to ensure that something is put in place so that we do have someone there that's able to make sure that we have a communication between the conferences, and people have an opportunity to express their desires or frustrations beyond just the conference itself. I'm a bit of a I do like technology, but when it comes to communication these days, I'm a total Luddite. A cell phone is a telephone to me. That's all it is. I don't use it for anything else. The youth of today, I think they've got communication down pat. They're communicating all the time. They know how to use it, and I think we have to start looking at those technologies. I'm still a Facebook virgin, but I can see how it can probably be used in our stewardship community to communicate and start to get our messages out there. I'm, again, one of those gray-haired, gray-bearded ones that, and like Owen, who's not gray-haired and gray-bearded, is soon going to be retiring. And so I guess this is my retirement party, too. I almost feel like Bilbo, though, in Lord of the Rings, when he was sort of looking at what's been happening around him and doesn't really see that he fits in to the scheme of things anymore. That it's time to turn the reins over to the big people, to the humans in Lord of the Rings. To us, it's the younger people, I suppose. Those that are very confident with their use of their cell phones, their texting, their Facebooks, and all of these communication devices. So I think, there's a number of us that are at that point where we're going down to the Grey Havens to sail off into the sunset. But we'd certainly hope that those that are left behind are able to continue on with the, I can say, enthusiasm that we've had for stewardship, and that we can move ahead and get those roadblocks out of the way, smooth off the road. Might have to put the chains on the tires too, but we can get there. I think on closing, I can say that with the spectacle that we attended at the stadium last night at the Stampede, even Gandalf, I think, would have been impressed by the display of fireworks, and would probably think it's time for him to head down to that Grey Haven and go off into the sunset too. I think that's most of what I have to say. I'm going to leave it at that. I think we've come a long way over the last 9 years or so, and I think we still have lots of work to do. But it's very important that we look at things at a national scale, and we are hearing that from people that we want to work together and make sure that we do have that support so that we can implement very important stewardship activities on the ground. Thank you.